Yeah, this Nvidia founder went to Oregon State. Everybody's texting in about this guy, and he's a billionaire.
Yeah, but I don't
Give the school your money, dude.
Well, is he?
Well, he did.
Is he an athletics guy?
No,
Save everything then, dude.
his name. Let's see. His name is. His name.
Bloop, 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 anybody?
Jensen Huang.
Okay,
Hang.
sure.
He founded Nvidia in 1993. He is from Taiwan, but he went to Aloha High School and he went to Oregon State and then Stanford.
It's an AI company, by the way, in case you don't know.
Yeah, and he's I don't know where he lives now, but I was just reading about him. He gave $50 million. He's got his name on a research center there at Oregon State.
Okay,
And that was just 2 years ago.
he's worth close to $80 billion.
Actually, sorry, he gave $100 million.
Oh, all right.
So he definitely donates. But I don't know how this all works. I just wonder how hard they've tried to push him for athletic money.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, like.
Well, I'm sure they've talked to him, but here's the thing, dude. If you're a software engineer that grew up in Thailand,
He's from Taiwan.
his family moved to Thailand when he was 5.
Oh.
So, I mean, he spent a good hunk of his life overseas, and then they moved. He sent him to live with an uncle here in Tacoma.
Yeah, what if you just don't give a lick about sports?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I guarantee you, someone at Oregon State has contacted the alumni guy worth $80 billion.
I know that, and it's pretty obvious he doesn't give a lick about sports. He hasn't given a dime to sports, at least that I know of.
Yeah.
The question is how, like.
He also, by the way, he skipped 3 grades. He graduated high school either at 15 or 16.
Yeah,
it looks
he's
like.
a smarty pants.
Yeah, something tells me that he wasn't playing dodgeball.
But Mike, I think the question is like how far, how much do you push that guy? Like, can you not squeeze something out of that for sports?
I don't know. I mean, he
have
went,
you tried hard enough? I guess these are all the questions that I would want the answers to.
I cannot believe that someone in the fundraising department didn't get a hold of someone and ask. But I'll tell you what.
Well, I know, but that's not the point. Of course, they've been trying. The question is
that's a dumb question.
Well, the question is how far do you push that guy? Like, have they pushed enough? Like,
how far can you push that guy? What if you just stop taking your calls?
That's the question.
I'm guessing.
I want to know the answers to these things. Like, how has the conversation gone with this dude?
And I bet certain universities are great at this, and others maybe not so much.
Here's the thing, though, dude. Like, again, first off, when you're worth that much money, I don't think you can just get someone on the horn. My guess is it's a little hard to get a hold of that guy.
Well, he just gave you $100 million.
Exactly.
And he was over there for the christening of this research center.
Yes. So my guess is, like, let's say you became worth $80 billion. Is it possible that someone asking him to donate to the athletic program is the same thing if someone came to you and wanted you to, I don't know, donate $100 million or $200 million for, I don't know, the African Arts Interpretive Dance Center?
Yes,
and
it is possible.
That's possible.
But that doesn't mean I wouldn't do it.
I think it means that you wouldn't. So, like, everything.
It also doesn't mean they should stop trying.
I mean, I'm looking here at the things that he has donated to, right? He donated $200 million to supercomputing on campus at Stanford. He did $30 million to build the School of Engineering Center. He alma mater, some sort of Baptist institute where he spent some time. He gave him $2 million to build a new girls' dormitory and classroom building. There is nothing, and I mean nothing, as I look through his awards in life, not one thing in here that mentions anything.
Wasn't he like a backup linebacker or something, ever?
There isn't one thing in here.
No coach
that mentions sports.
No coach ever helped him? Like, there's no sports tie whatsoever?
No, not a single solitary
Well, maybe you can
one.
get him to donate to a new research center for like a supercomputer and then just funnel it over.
There you go. I think the only thing you can do is get him to donate and then steal it.
Get creative. Steal that guy's money.
It's just.
But yeah, it's like I think it's just the idea that, like, if I'm what'd you say he's worth?
He's worth close to $80 billion. It's like 78.
Okay.
79
$80 billion. He's worth more than Phil Knight.
Yes. He is worth more than Phil Knight.
And he cares about his institution because he's donated to it before.
He cares about Stanford, and every place it seems like he's gone, he's donated to.
So I care about Kansas. To go back to your Kansas analogy, if I was worth that many billion, and they came to me and said, "Dude, we are desperate over here. I know you don't care anything about the what did you call it? The
Rubik's Cube Club."
Yeah, you could never solve a Rubik's Cube. We know how dumb you are. However, they're dying on the vine over here. They're Jayhawks. Yeah. We need you.
All right, how about this?
I'm kicking down a little money.
Someone said, "Hey, Rob, we need you to donate $100 million to the Loud Cars No Muffler Club."
Of course I'm in. Oh, you mean?
Uh-huh.
I see what you're saying.
Uh-huh.
Like they build loud cars. With
Our
no
goal,
mufflers.
we're in a competitive race right now with the University of Alabama, and those sons of bitches are building the loudest cars with no mufflers, and we need to keep up.
By that theory, you're making the assumption that the man hates sports.
Yes. Because it certainly seems that everything I'm reading...
he doesn't just not going to donate to it just because he doesn't care about it. It's that he hates it. He thinks donating to it is the dumbest thing ever.
I'm just saying, if you are skipping grades, graduating high school at 15, getting an engineering graduate degree at like 19, I'm just guessing, and by the way, you're a small Asian man. I just...
You don't think keeping Damian Martinez in the fold is important?
Right?
I mean...
Somebody explain it to him!
If you ever met a really academic family?
Again, dude, that is not what I'm saying. Of course, he doesn't give a rip. The question is, he's worth a gajillion dollars. Find a way to get into his GD pocket and call it sports science. He'll donate.
Vancouver Ford text line, something tells me he's been bullied by a couple of jocks before.
There's that too.
He went to school in Tacoma and Aloha, for God's sakes, and he was a young, tiny Asian nerd.
Like if we now this is different. If we find out that he was heading the committee to eliminate sports from Oregon State at one point, it's like, okay, he's probably not going to donate. But I want to know the answers to what does this man think of football? Did he ever go to a football game? Does he understand the dire nature of the athletic department at Oregon State? Has anybody explained this to him?
Something. Let's go.
In Taiwanese.
Someone said the Beavers just signed a new running back today. The name is African Studies Research Center. He's a 4-star deal.
Get creative.
Get creative.
All right, that we're derailed.
Yeah, but it is true that when it has to be. I guess the fundraisers are just staring at that guy, being like, "Oh my God, $80 billion."
I mean, how many? And
by the way, who knows how much of that is liquid cash? I mean, who knows?
True. But also, how many schools have a guy like a freaking whale that they cannot get a dime out of?
You know the one that gets me all the time, and I know people like the people
BYU.
Who
do they have?
The Mormon Church.
Oh, they don't give any money to the sport. People think they do. They don't.
They do not.
They don't.
And if you think $80 billion, you think what's this dude's name again? Jensen. You think Jensen?
Yeah, it's like Jen Tang or something.
You think that dude's worth a lot of money? No. The Mormon Church is worth so much money. And so like every time I get like a letter that says we need your money, I just sit there and laugh. I'm like, you need what? You need my money?
Right.
Have you seen the church? You don't need any money. You get everyone's money.
I mean, like if you were in the church, you already pay them your money.
Exactly.
Right? You pay the church the money.
I haven't done that in like 25 years.
It was like 10% or something.
I didn't pay when I was there. Still, they have so much money. And so anytime like we do any sort of BYU fundraiser, it's like NIL, I'm like, you're telling me the church can't. So what's a big NIL budget in football is like $20 million. I think that was what Saban said. You need
that's all you need?
You need like $20 million a year.
God, this guy pees $20 million.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The Mormon Church, like $20 million, you can't break off $20 million a year off of your $1 trillion.
Churches are freaking and
it's tax free.
I should shut up. But why don't they?
I don't know. Yeah, by the way, some estimates have the church worth north of $200 billion.
Yeah, you really should go buy a national championship. Think about the all the recruiting you could do for the church.
It's like $100 billion that they like admit to. Like, come on, let's go.
That's crazy. I've never thought about that.
They have so much money.
Well, we know how rich they are, but I just never put two and two together that they don't. help the athletic programs.
No. There was an article in the Salt Lake Tribune a while back that someone sent me that said that the church is on its way to being $1 trillion organization. $1 trillion! And we can't buy a national... Phil's been trying to buy a national title with like $1 billion. No, let's put the power of the Lord behind this. And every BYU person I know is a huge BYU. I'm wearing a BYU shirt right now. Every BYU person I know is a huge sports dude. Let's go.
So
Let's go, Jesus.
What we need to do is we need to get the head of the Mormon Church, Joseph Smith.
Yes.
And
get his ghost.
Jen Tang from Nvidia. And we need to get him in a room. And we need to put him in there with Kurt Ludwig from sales.
Yeah.
And we need to close this deal.
Mm-hmm. And say, look, in 5 years, Oregon State, BYU, national championship,
Yes.
let's go.
And then bring in a Saudi prince.
There you
Pit them all against each other. We'll have money flying out our ass.
How great would it be for some like to go into Alabama and just go to your roster and be like, what are you paying your kids? I think we can do much better than that.
Meet my friend Joseph.
He's got a lot of money, and we got a sweet apartment with your name on it. And by the way, Lambos for everybody.
You know what I'd do? I'd walk into that room with those three, the head of the Mormon Church, Nvidia bro, and the Saudi prince, and I'd say, who wants to be a hero?
Exactly.
And then I'd
Who
walk out.
wants to leave the legacy?
Then I'd walk out and I'd let Kurt Ludwig come in, play Dave Matthews Band, and close the deal after a few cocktails.
Boom. Look,
Is it that hard, Oregon
we're
State?
solving problems left and right.